Hello. Welcome to the stream. Been a few days. I think I accidentally bumped my camera at some point during those days, so fix that. That should be okay. Hopefully. Alright. Didn't stream last Friday after saying that I'd stream. It was one of those days where I woke up and I was like, I got stuff to do this afternoon. I don't really want to rush, so I just won't. You know, when you got something to do at like 3 PM and you're just like, I could stream, or I could just relax. Not have to rush. Be great. But anyway, let's jump on Lena. We also didn't stream yesterday because the Monaco Grand Prix was on. You know, Formula 1. It's the most boring race of the year, but some reason the last 10 laps always goes insane. So I think it was worth. I do want to go down to Burning Steeps. I did think I was going to be going back to the Plague Lanes immediately, but then I remembered. I've got to go to Burning Steeps. There's a few quests to do. That's where we'll start the day. And then probably Plague Lanes afterward, I am assuming. We can get some good stuff done there. I guess didn't pick up these quests though, so we might need to go back to Everlook. Whoops. Man, that would have been a great sword to have at level 15. We would have had that thing, I think, on this character until, like, you know, nearly level 30. Obviously, we would have gotten rid of it many months ago at this point, but such a good sword. I don't even remember what we had. Kind of been great. But yeah, down in Burden Steeps. Got a few quests around here. We can also do the 50 Black Rock Medallions. If we want to. Not sure if I do want to. Like, it's a good amount of grinding, which is good because we need the experience, but it's also a good amount of grinding. Like, I'd much rather just go to the Plague Lanes and stuff up there, you know? Golden Broodling. Any giant boy walking around today? Probably, but I can't see him. Black track, there's Volge. Okay. He's in a good place. Should be okay. So yeah, we'll leave these quests here for now.
What's on your mind? Keep your feet on the ground.
50 Black Rock Medallions for 85 silver reward. Classic World of Warcraft, everyone. Speaking of classics, I mentioned last Thursday that I started playing Guild Wars 1. Over this weekend, I've played a fuck ton of Guild Wars 1. I think I'm at about 50 hours. I've only had the game 7 days. Most of it happened in the weekend. We did a little bit of degenerate gaming. I think I'm 2 missions away from beating the Prophecies storyline, which is the very base game. Like before any of the other content came out. Yes, that was the release version. It's been interesting because you can tell that the game was created in 2005. Doing the quest that I need. Like, you can tell that the game has 2005 gameplay mechanics. Definitely. It's very obvious. But it's funny because they've also released new content for it, right? But it still feels like it was made in 2005. Like, I did one of the dungeons that got released for Reforged. And it still felt like it had 2005 gameplay mechanics. And I was kind of angry about it, because I'm like, man, this dungeon is cool, but I shouldn't have to run back in and out 4 times just to do one quest. Like, it was made in 2025. Why does it have this 2005 feel? But you know, it's just that game. The rest of the game, I'm not so angry about feeling like that because it was literally made in 2005. But when a dungeon is made last year, I'm like, why the fuck does it have to deal with this bullshit? So it triggered me a little bit, but you know, that's the only time I've actually been annoyed at the game. There's a lot more convenience with video gaming these days than there was back then. It's just kind of funny when, you know, when you're playing a game and it just throws everything at you that is bad about games over the last 20 years. But that game's also been absolutely beating my ass off. There is a hardcore mode in Guild Wars 1. I wouldn't be able to level to even like 10, I think, on hardcore. Obviously it's my first time playing through, so I've died like 57 times or something, and I'm not even finished the base game. But, oof. Definitely not as intuitive as like classic World of Warcraft leveling. Even when it's your first time in WoW, it's very obvious what went wrong sometimes. In Guild Wars 1, you might just die because you got absolutely nuked by an ability that you didn't even know about. It's been happening to me. But I am also playing a warrior, and I'm playing Southbound, which, you know, warriors always suck in every classic MMO. The way it is. Even in World of Warcraft, they might be one of the most fun classes once you get geared and everything, but they do suck. But I'm also, because I don't have anything anyway, because you can like have your skills across your characters and all that. Because I am starting fresh and I didn't have any, I thought I might as well play account found. Both going for the same thing. So I've been doing that. No. And it's been a good challenge. But also when you start out, obviously because you don't have any skills, you don't have any knowledge, it's just like very difficult. I think the first like 5 levels were pretty easy, like as standard in video games, I would say the first part of the game. Pretty easy. But yeah. After that, absolutely slept. Just gonna ban that too. People just come in here and say random shit. Who within like a minute just, you know, coming in here and saying some dumb random shit that I don't even know what they're talking about. Easy bans. Especially when it's people I don't know. I need to get this poison off me. Oh, that guy's actually gone in a good way. But I've been having fun in Guild Wars 1, which is why I played 50 hours. Really. Alright, tablet done. Molder and Ruins done. I think that's all we'll do in Burning Steeps, and then head off to Plague Lands.
What's up?
I sometimes forget to get this quest because the man's like chilling under there, right?
Hurry back.
So hard to see. I do want to go and grab the Winter Spring quest first, so I say we fly to Ironforge, we hand in this quest, and then we go to Winter Spring. Because I did forget to grab those quests before I left. That's one thing I was meant to do on Thursday. Hopefully Volchan isn't in my face. maybe. Looks safe enough. My favorite part of the music out here. Ah, it's the good stuff. That loud.
Hi.
Hi. Off with ya.
See you soon.
Didn't say what I thought he was gonna say. I'm wondering if it might be better for me to go into the Eastern Plague Lanes and get these quests done before I do Andahole. Because I feel like the Tyrion starter quests in Eastern are easier than Andahole. And a hole is a hole, so you know it's pretty rough sometimes. The goal right now, I would say, is to get to 57 and then get our restorative potion. Recipe. Go down here and pick up that quest, do the Alderman reagent run. Which we don't have to go into Alderman for. Which is why I can do it, because it's outside the dungeon. And then we're going to go back here and fight some dragons, I believe. I'll do that at 57. Don't really have much more damage incoming on the character. Get some eviscerate. About it. I think Guild Wars 1 would have been a pretty cool game to stream because it's like my first time going through it. But I know there would be a ton of backseaters. Even if I said no backseated. Because the game is over 20 years old, right?
Keep your feet on the ground.
It's basically as old as World of Warcraft.
I see them in you. Why have you come?
Alright. Like I said, we're gonna go back to Winter Spring because I forgot to get the quest.
Well met.
And we don't need them, but they are free experience. And quite a bit. Like the Duke is worth 2,500. That's pretty good. Also, my friends must be not raiding in WoW for the moment. Because they they were seemingly interested in playing some hardcore WoW last night for some reason. Inexplicable moment of, hello, can we play? Man, I've been playing. I'm almost done. Like, I'm ready to walk out the door. And now they're like, let's play. It's fucked. I'ma be burnt out. I'd rather play Guild Wars 1. But I'm gonna get the Medley done, obviously. I don't think we'll be done this week. We got Tuesday is today, Wednesday, so tomorrow we should, if we don't hit 57 today, we should be at least a good way into 56. So tomorrow, if I stream, definitely 57. Thursday, we might be dealing with the stuff that I want to deal with, you know, to get him prepped for Death Clasp and High Chief Winterfall and all that good stuff. Then if I can stream Friday, we'll probably start doing all that good stuff. So maybe 59? And the way to 60 is going to continue doing all that good stuff. Like, we're saving Death Clasp and the end. When we're like, you know, 5k experience away from hitting 60, we're putting Death Clasp in. If we die, at least it was fun. Like, that's kind of the goal with Lena now. Get to a position where we can have fun. Like, the hardcore medley's been fun enough. I wouldn't have done it otherwise. Like, I would have probably stopped around level 40, you know, if I wasn't having fun at all. Like, we had some breaks because I needed to recoup that fun. But this last part, especially, like, Rocket and Friend have been really fun to level. Obviously, Lena, I love the Rogue. Rogan, not so much. It was kind of boring. Like 8 levels of shooting. But I'm looking forward to continuing Ellier and Balmer, Rocket, Friend. See if she can actually hit 60, that'd be cool. Probably got to grind a lot. 59 to 60 on the Druid, because I don't think we have any real quests. Trying to remember. It comes after all along the watchtowers. Trying to remember like where quests happen. Like what order. But I say we go to Eastern Plague Lands, knock out the beginner Turian. Turian is a race in StarCraft. Turian is a paladin. We'll knock out the starter quest for him. And then go back to Western Plague Lands and do like the Underhole stuff, some Scarlet stuff. Scratchy nose stuff. I'm not surprised the nose here is ticklish today because when I went to, you know, wash my face and all that before stream, some of them were sticking out, being like, hey, look at us. It is what it is. Also got a phone call at like 8 in the morning today. Didn't answer it because I was sleeping, but... Like, who's gonna call me at 8 in the morning? I still don't know who it was, so... But maybe if they call back, I might answer. Generally, I wake up at 10. I'm not a regular person yet. Once school starts, next month, then I'll be a regular person. A little bit. We're only a month and like 11 days away. Still a lot of gaming to do before then though. Like, we've got to finish the Medley, which is hopefully next week. There's a lot of Warhammer Online stuff happening relatively soon that I'm probably going to be on. I haven't really played much in the last 2 weeks because we know it's going to be a busy time. Obviously, I want to get through Guild Wars 1 as much as I can before we're not gaming or are not allowed to game for more than an hour a day. So, if I play tonight, I should finish Prophecies, I would assume. Even though the missions are like an hour long sometimes. They're not too bad. I will say, I got to the desert in Guild Wars 1 and it beat my ass so hard. I think I died like 30 times there alone. But then I was thinking, like, when the desert came out in Guild Wars 2, it also beat my ass pretty hard. Just a hostile place. So at least it was like... I'm kind of looking forward to the Hall of Monuments coming into Guild Wars 2 though, because that gives me a reason to go back and, you know, go through the content by release or whatever, since they're doing it that way. So I was already thinking about making a new character at some point down the line, just to play with friends. Maybe I can convince some people to come and play for the first time. There's no oceanic servers, so it is a bit rough because the action combat. But if I can convince like 4 friends to come and like do the dungeons and all that stuff, that'd be fun. We shall see. Glad I'm not here today. So it doesn't look like there's many watery element invaders. Maybe they just got beaten and it just remnants. Remnants of elemental. That music always puts you in a mood to... Also, the ultimate in Final Fantasy is already dead. I think it lasted longer than
Well met.
the last one,
Farewell.
but they're both pretty quick.
For the Alliance.
But I didn't really get to see much. I haven't seen the last phase at all. So I randomly clicked on Frosty's stream. He's like the main race broadcast stream for Ultimates and Savage in that game. But I randomly clicked on his stream and saw like one of the best attempts when phase 4 was, like where people were. I was like, oh, that was nice just to randomly click on it and see that their best attempt happened. That was cool. But the team that won, I think, did it off stream. So, you know, whenever there's people not streaming, Final Fantasy players do get weird about it. Like, what'd they do? How'd they cheat? Because so many that have streamed or made content from it have actually cheated, so it's always quite ridiculous. I think every Ultimate that's ever happened has had a cheating story. Like, what one comes now? But yeah, I don't even know the final phase. Like, I haven't seen the final form of Kefka yet. So I just haven't been that interested. Like, Kefka is a cool villain in Final Fantasy. Like, he succeeded his plans to blow up the world, whatever he wanted to do. And he's a clown. Stupid sexy clown, you know. But I haven't really been that interested in it, so yeah. I would much rather play Guild Wars 1. Pretty much. If the medley was done, I'd be playing Guild Wars 1 right now. Maybe not on stream, but definitely would have. I love it whenever someone comes into the chat and their first message is, I've been enjoying the stream. Like, no you haven't. You haven't even been here, ever. Like, even if you're a lurker, I would know. Not that hard. If you come from YouTube, usually you say you came from YouTube, you know? But also, the guy followed it up with, wanna add me on Discord? No, I do not. Speaking of, I'm probably gonna clean up my Discord time soon. I'm not gonna be streaming once school starts and all. Well, maybe I will every now and then, but it won't be like a regular thing. It'll be a different thing, like maybe at night or weekends, something like that. Schedule will be a bit different. But I'm not gonna have a public Discord invite anymore. Just gonna be a place where I hang out, talk to friends, whatever. I didn't even see if the boat was there, so hopefully not. Well, it is, and we just wasted time, and now the boat's going. Wouldn't have made it anyway. I don't think that boat was a boat we were gonna make. Alright, we can stand here AFK for 5 minutes. Rude boat. I was thinking about maybe doing like a Warcraft free playthrough after the hardcore medley is done for stream, but I don't think that will happen. I think after the medley's done, I'm probably just gonna take a break from streaming and just, you know, go into the schedule that we'll be doing when school begins. So there probably won't be any stream. Unless I feel like streaming one day. But it's mainly because I need to finish the videos for the medley. Like, rather than stream, we're gonna edit those videos. I've got 4 to get done. Once the rogue is done, I've been waiting until all of them are ready, and then I'll edit them all together. Have just a burst of editing, you know. Probably only take me a week to edit all 4 if I actually put my mind to it. And then I can release those videos. We can be we can be done with it. For now. The medley won't be over, but it will be on hiatus. For I don't know how long. It could be years, honestly. It's something I will return to in the future. Like, even if I retire and I come back to Classic WoW to finish it. They were like 20 years down the road and I'm like, alright, time to pick up the medley again. Like a video on my YouTube channel comes out in 20 years time and it's like, we return to finish the medley. It's 20 years since the last video. People are commenting, it's been 20 years. Like, that would be funny. But this year, like, I'm only going to be in school until the end of November. So we got December, January, February for any, like, potential next school happens. So we'll see. I don't know when my account will be taking money for, let's see. When did I pay for World of Warcraft last? Must have been yesterday because I haven't, yes. Literally today, Blizzard took $27 out. Well, that actually works out quite well then. I noticed I had 27 less dollars. Spent a lot on gaming this week. Like, I bought Guild Wars 1 when it wasn't on sale. It went on sale like 4 days after I bought it, but I had already put like 20 hours in or something. And then I bought the expansion. When it was on sale. But yeah. Today is the day that Blizzard took money, so I guess I got a month of game time. Fine. I should have just paid like 3 months of game time, but I didn't know how long. Like, I could have, if I had set my mind to it and actually, you know, completed the task, I would probably be done by now. I would have only needed 2 months. But I fucked around a little bit. Took a week off here and there. Even though we're closing in, right? We're 56 out of 60. I am feeling the burnout. I think that's why it's just been so fun to play other video games. Like, I've played a lot over the last few months. We got through Cyberpunk, playing Guild Wars, we've been playing Warhammer.
See you around.
It's been a good few months of gaming. But I think it might also just be coming down to having to stream at this point. You know, I've also been doing that for a long ass time. It seems like forever. Like 7 years or something of streaming on and off, with a few years break here and there. Like when I took those 2 years to not stream, which was interesting because it was like during the COVID times, which would have been peak streaming. I was busy moving mountains during a pandemic. But yeah, I like it, but not as much as I have in the past. I think because I'm so close to being like, alright, this part of the journey's over. I'm just ready to start the next part, but obviously we've got to wait for that. But it has been fun, like talking to people all over the world, stuff like that. It's been awesome. I guess we'll get the termite. If we can finish the termites while we're up in the plague lands, that'd be good. Well, we are going to be up in the plague lands, but I mean the eastern plague specifically. Don't know if we'll do it right away though. I'm going there to do the Turian stuff. And then when I get to the Lights Hope Chapel, I'm gonna have to go and fly to Ironforge Bank to pick up the items to hand in. We go further north. But I've been leveling so much, right? That it is hard to bring myself to continue to level at this point. We're so close to the end, but it's so hard. Like, part of me's just like, I don't wanna. That's probably what I'm gonna tell my friends.
What can I do for you? Be careful. Light bless you.
For those other characters. Like, you guys can level, but I don't really want to, gonna be honest. Like, after the Medley, maybe. After a few months. Like, you know, maybe in December. Their timing is awful. Because I've been playing. And I've been burning out. And they haven't. And now they want to play and I'm like, But I'm pretty upfront with people. I will just say no. I mean, look, these guys aren't even leveled yet. They're still 50. They haven't logged in for 7 months. Val still has a few levels to get. I'm 55. Blood's 57. I think we're okay. So I don't need to worry about it too much right now. If they do start leveling, then maybe I'll be like, guys. I don't know if I can. And most of that will be because I've been playing. Like, if I wasn't playing for the last 6 months, like they haven't, even though they've been playing retail WoW, then I wouldn't be burnt out on leveling in Classic, would I? Yeah. Don't think it would be a great idea. Even though that warrior's gear and everything is so ridiculous, like leveling it was quite fun. Compared to Francie, this warrior's gear is insane compared to this warrior. I did log into them last Friday, even though I didn't stream, just to check the mail, just to make sure. That's why it says 3 days ago. Just what I normally do at the end of Friday stream is what I did. Logged in, made sure we hit our money on earlier and all that, you know. Didn't move anything, didn't do anything else. I wouldn't break my rules now. Huh. 5% extra damage, nice. It's always interesting to see. Because I've been playing so much Guild Wars 1, to look back in that game, you press Z, but that's my mount button, obviously. So if I ever dismount randomly, it's probably because I press Z. But you also can't move the camera with left mouse button, so it's such a different game. From ancient times, obviously. Plays so much different to what World of Warcraft is. Alrighty, let's get started. Actually kill stuff. We already used 1 poisons today, but I didn't even actually need them because I was fighting robots that didn't take poison damage. But we're EPLing it up. One of the scariest zones in classic World of Warcraft. Hey, we've been here on a boomkin. I'm sure we'll be okay. So maybe Rogue's a little bit worse than a boomkin when it comes to fighting these days. The meleeing, you know. But I'd assume with these quests giving me a bunch of experience and kills, I would say by the time I finish it, these 3, we should be closing in on like halfway. I guess we just complete 2 for a moment though. This one, you gotta go and kill a bunch of plague hounds up here. So the bats and the grubs are the main one. As long as we get the runts. But it is very much like Stranglethorn Vale questing when you first come to EPL. Which I don't mind. Go kill X amount of these mobs and then kill X amount of other mobs. Not terrible. Because it's all experience at the end, especially when resting. Get those crits, Lena. Good Dame. Got a new Eviscerate, I believe, last level. So that's definitely increased it a little bit. Good. Go over the road because I don't want to deal with Duskwing. And I won't even tell you guys about the story of Duskwig. You've already heard it all before. From Vanilla World of Warcraft. Did ever be the fun thing about actually going out and interacting with the world when school begins? Is the next time I stream after school, I'll have like new stories to tell, and it won't just be the same stories that I've been telling for the last year because I don't really go outside right now. I just stay here and I do everything at home. Like I went out last Friday for a meeting, but that's not very exciting. The meeting went well. There you go. That's the story. Can you come down? Told him to come down and then I go up. Ah, shit. Yeah, I'll have random stories to tell, which will make stream even more fun, I guess. Me and everyone else. Like, it's quite hard to stream without doing other things in your life, because then it's like kind of boring. That's kind of why I feel like a lot of streamers, even though people will continue to watch them forever because they're like their person, they're kind of boring because they don't do anything other than stream, and it's like, carrying grubs annoying me. My. Like, I'm boring because I don't do anything other than stream that is, like, exciting. You know, I play other games, I talk about that, and I work, talk about that sometimes, and that's it. Not that exciting, is it? It's just normal life stuff. So I think not streaming every day and then making new stories and all that and being able to share them when I'm able to stream, that'd be a lot of fun compared to what we're doing right now, which I think is where the burnout on streaming comes from. Well, that's how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you just get bored of doing something. At least I do. Activities are always something that I will burn out on much quicker than anything else in life. Like, I can I can hang out with the same people for years and not get bored of it. Unless they're, you know, actually boring. Then we probably wouldn't be hanging out for years. But activities sometimes, they're just like a flash in the pan. You do them for a few weeks, few months, and then it's like, alright, time for something else. Why I'm kind of interested in seeing how I even do in school and stuff like that, because I'm not very good at committing to activities. Why I've never been really good at working like a regular job. But I'm sure I'll be right. Because I am really good at like remembering stuff these days, I don't know if it's just a thing that I taught myself over the years or it's always been a thing and I just never unlocked it until like, you know, I was my mid-20s. I'm just planning when I go to school, you know, I'll just listen very carefully, learn everything and then remember it, and then whenever there's like a test, I'll just regurgitate the information that I remember. I think that's what you meant to do with tests, right? But I was never really good at them back in the day. Regurgitate the information. A disgusting phrase, but that's what my teachers used to say. Regurgitate the information. Yeah, I remember that. Stuck with. Make it gross and I'll remember it. I always hate fighting these bats, Iridex and Unguru, just because they fear you, you know? I like having my inventory open so I can see how many bag slots I got, what I got in it, how much money I got, and then you get feared and it's like, well, shit, now I can't, because it keeps closing. It's actually one thing, because I'm doing Southbound and Guild Wars, it basically works like Iron Man, right? So you can only use what you loot, only use what you craft. There's no bank in that mode, so you only have the bags. So the space is really limited. Like I've basically got one bag where I just collect the stuff that I'm collecting from mission, whatever, stuff like that. One bag which is like a belt pouch, which is full of important items that I might need. I've got a weapons pouch. These are both 5 slotters right now. You can upgrade the weapons pouch, but gotta kind of get to the end of the game to be able to do that reliably, let's say. Like I can do it, it's just gonna take a long ass time right now. And then I've got 2 10 slot bags. So I've got the main bag as well. But that's my whole inventory, is like 30 to 40 slots. And one of those 10 slot bags is just full of crafting materials. So that bag's empty, like full. Empty is completely different to full, isn't it? But that bag's full of shit. My belt pouch and my weapon airbag is always full of shit. So I've only actually got, you know, maybe 20 slots in my inventory to use. And that's just because of the restrictions of that game mode. Pretty cool, I like it. Because you gotta actually prioritize what you want in your inventory. Especially without a bank. Like having no bank on your character makes it just so much more difficult. Like imagine playing World of Warcraft without a bank. I don't even think it would be possible. You could do it, but man, it would be so hard. I don't know if RuneScape Iron Man works the same. I've never looked into it, but no, you can only use what you craft or what you pick up in that game mode. Remember when I got stuck in this once? Because I got feared into it? Don't want that to happen again. I think Ugro was the character that got stuck in there. Yeah, my main fort with Guild Wars 1, Southbound, Iron Man, whatever you want to call it, was I don't have anything anyway because I'm starting fresh. So I picked that game mode. And I was like, ah, this is much harder than just starting fresh though, because I literally can't use the bank. Not having a bank in a video game is such like a big change to how you play. Because then everything stays in your inventory, or you gotta sell it. Or throw it away. I've had to throw so much stuff away when stuff drops, and I'm like, I don't have any bank space. You get a quest item, it's like, you do not have bag space. I'm like, fuck. I couldn't even imagine playing World of Warcraft without a bank though. That would be... I think that'd be crazy. Like, I've played this game for so long now, right? Imagine doing it without a bank. I wouldn't even know where to start. It would just feel so unnatural. Like, even in Guild Wars 1, I don't have the ingrained knowledge of running to the bank to deposit stuff because I've never had to, but I still try. I run over to the storage, I'm like, oh yeah, I can't use this. Pretty much every time you're in the main city in WoW, you know, you go to the bank, check it out. Pretty similar. But it's been a fun challenge. First playthrough, no knowledge of the game, no bank. Like I said, if I was playing hardcore as well, I would have had to start over again many a time because I've died 57 times or something. But it is a completely different style of game. I remember when they announced Guild Wars Reforged and my friends and I were like talking about it. I don't think most of my friends would actually like playing it. Just because of the way it plays. Like, it's pretty fun. It's a deck builder, basically. RPG. Like, you create a team of NPCs. The way I'm playing it, anyway. You can play with other people, but all the other people that play Guild Wars have been playing for 20 years, so I don't want to play with them nerds. They know too much. Going through blind. But you can like customize the skills and gear and all that of your NPCs, which is pretty sick. I like that. Haven't had to do that in video games for a long time. And then, after I started playing it, 3 days after I started playing it, they announced Guild Wars 3. Coincidence? That Guild Wars 3 was announced 3 days after I started playing Guild Wars 1? Very interesting. It's kind of cool though, seeing the areas in Guild Wars 1 that I had already been to in Guild Wars 2. Like, it's probably how people felt in reverse when Guild Wars 2 came out and they had played Guild Wars 1. I'm backwards. But it's cool to see those areas in their like original forms. You're like, ah, I know where this is. Or like you recognize something on the map and you're like, where the fuck am I? I feel like I know where I am. I can't quite put my finger on it. Because the world map is a little bit different in places. Like, it's mostly the same. You can see what they were going for when you compare the two maps, but there are some areas that are a little bit different. But the desert is still a shithole. And it killed me about 30 times when I first learned it. There was actually a bonus, there's like bonus objectives in the missions, right? So there was a bonus objective where I had to protect a guy from a bunch of enemies that were coming in waves, but also kill like 3 NPCs while doing that. But as you kill the NPCs, like more dudes will spawn and attack the NPC, the guy that you're protecting. So the way I did it is basically waited until like the first boss came in, and then went and killed 1 NPC and went back. And then killed everything that was coming. And then I don't know how many minutes I had to spare. But I went and killed the 2 NPCs that I had to kill, like, basically together. And I had 10 seconds on the clock at the end of that, and it was such like not adrenaline pumping, because it wasn't some high quality scary gameplay. It's not hard mode yet. Maybe it will be adrenaline pumping in hard mode. But it was 10 seconds, down to the wire. I was blinded, I couldn't fucking do damage. I was just relying on my NPCs, that some of them at that point aren't customizable because I'm only playing the base game. So I don't have heroes. Heroes you can customize, henchmen you can't. So some of them were absolutely useless. Plus, the heroes are going to be useless at this point anyway because I don't have all the skills. So yesterday I did get energy surge for my Mesmer. That's pretty good. My Mesmers eventually. All Mesmer. Mesmer just seems so strong compared to everything else. Actually, the class that I want to try in Guild Wars 2 if I do go back and do the Hall of Monuments is Mesmer. I never really gave it a shot, Guild Wars 2 yet. I've played Warrior, Guardian, Necromancer. What else? Might just be Warrior, Guardian, Necromancer actually. But I do want to play Mesmer because it looks interesting. Got poison my main hand. So when Hall of Monuments comes back in, or into Guild Wars 2 I guess, I think I'll play that. And that'll be later this year, which is probably going to be much better timing than like anything that's happening right now. Should probably be done with Guild Wars 1. Like story-wise at least, maybe not completely done with it. Never know, I might continue playing it for another 20 years. No bats. No mobs at all. Hooked. But it's fun to go like back in time, you know, 20 years and play a video game that I didn't really play. Like I said, when I played Guild Wars 1 when it originally came out, I put 10 minutes into it. Probably. Just made a character and ran around and maybe killed a few mobs. And then went back to World of Warcraft and forgot. I probably actually spent less money on the game when it came out than I did buying it last week. Because video games back then were like cheaper. I think OG WoW only cost me like $40. Now it's like $80 an expansion. For just the base version of the expansion. If you want all the extras, it's like, you know, $180. New Zealand at least. Obviously a bit cheaper in America, probably like $50 or something. We don't use freedom bucks here. But I spent $35 on it a week ago, and now there's a sale on and it's $20. I'm like, yeah, you fucking would. But I also didn't care. Like, part of me was like, there's probably going to be a sale soon. Because it's going into summer, so there'll be like Steam sale all day. It's not even the Steam sale that's part of right now, but then I also said I don't really need to worry though because I have money. $15 isn't gonna, you know, break my bank account. So I bought it. And then I said to myself, I'll just buy the expansion when the sale happens. And then the sale happened, so yeah, went and bought that for, you know, $10 less. So we could have saved $15, but it also doesn't. I think I've had enough fun in the game to the point where $15 is irrelevant. That bat just be fearing like crazy. Because by the time the sale happened, I had already put 20 hours into it. And you know, if you... Generally, if you buy like a AAA game these days, you get 1 hour per dollar, you're pretty happy. Sadly. And I paid $35 and I've had over 50 hours already, so... I'm much happier than pretty happy. Hey, if I wasn't playing the Medley and I wasn't editing video or anything, I would probably be playing that right now. It's an interesting thing though, because right now, because of the lack of abilities and stuff, it is coming together. Like, I'm feeling it getting much better. Especially after getting Energy Surge for the Mesmer hero that I have. I don't find the gameplay like super interesting right now. Just playing through normal mode, going through the story. Like, the story's cool, but it is very basic because it's 2005 story. Like, the bad guy is pretty obvious. At least who I assume is the bad guy. There's this guy who's been following us around, but he looks very much similar and the voice is the same as the bad guy. And I'm just assuming they are the same person. I guess I will find out soon enough, since we've got 2 missions left. But the gameplay has been very basic so far, but I think that's just because when you start a game and it's a game like that where you've got to, you know, get your own skills from capturing them from mobs and stuff like that, and you've only got a few basic heroes that have basic skills, you don't really have all the like synergistic abilities, stuff like that. Like with Mesmer, for example, something I'm already seeing that I'll probably do in the future is have one domination Mesmer that does all the damage and nukes, then one illusion Mesmer who's spreading all the hexes so the domination Mesmer can do even more damage. Like that sort of thing, thinking about that stuff is cool. But I don't have the means to do that yet. So it's something I'm thinking about, but I can't achieve it, so it's not, like, the gameplay for me right now is not peak, but I know it will get better. So I can definitely see myself losing many hundreds of hours in that game over time. It's completely different from Guild Wars 2. I like Guild Wars 2 because horizontal progression. You don't need to worry about anything after you get your good gear at level 80. Craft your gear and then you're done. Like, there is better gear, but it is very minimal. So you don't need it. Like, you get a few extra stats. So that game is an amazing game to be a casual. Plus, like, the metas and everything, they were always fun. And the story got better as well, like... Going into the first expansion from base game Guild Wars 2, the story was, like, leaps ahead of base game. And then the second expansion, it was so much better. Like, I haven't played anything past that, other than the living story, you know, Hello Joko, stuff like that. I think that was the last one I did was Joko. Got my roller beat all day. But... like, they made so many good improvements. So I hope some of that good improvement, even though I think the game will fundamentally be different from what they've been saying in Guild Wars 3. I hope they continue to have the quality of, like, story and gameplay. As I go through the expansions in Guild Wars 1, it might also be similar. Because obviously Prophecies, which is what I'm doing right now, is the very base game. And I can see that there hasn't really been crazy... like, there probably has been some crazy nerfs, because I wouldn't know otherwise. Like, there was a fort that I had to take yesterday, different fort from Warhammer forts, for a mission. And I was expecting it to be really hard, because some of the missions before that were really hard, and then it was just, like, boring. We sat there for 10 minutes basically doing nothing. But there's also times where I walk out into the desert and I just get one shot. And I'm like, damn. And I'm also blinded and I can't hit any of my abilities because I have 90% less chance to hit. And I'm like, damn, how have they not nerfed that after 20 years? Like, if this was World of Warcraft, a 90% blind wouldn't be a 90% blind. 20 years later, you know? Because that's not Guild Wars 1 Classic. That's just Guild Wars 1. Like, the Classic is the game. There hasn't been like another version of it. It just has been true to itself, which is insane to me to think that 20 years on the game is still fundamentally the same. Because WoW's changed so much over 20 years. Even coming back and playing this version, it's different to what it was. And there probably are differences in Guild Wars as well that I just am not, you know, clued in on because I never played it, but the difficulty still seems to be there. So I can only imagine how fucking difficult Guild Wars 1 was back when it was actually released. But you can also make it easier now, because you can go and get heroes before you even do any of the content. Stuff like that. I'm just playing through by release. At least campaign-wise. The extra content I'll do whenever I do it, but campaign-wise I want to go through release date-wise. I just find it more fun, more of a challenge. Kind of what I did when I played Dragonflight for a month or two. Everything... I did basically the whole story in that game and just did it release by... Just to see like how it all went together. It was pretty fun to do. Especially the Blue Dragonflight story. Made me a bit emotional. The old guy dying and stuff like that. But I think I'm quite the old game enjoyer. After playing Guild Wars 1, I'm like, yeah, I like this. I see the potential of it being like something that I sink like thousands of hours into just because of, even though it's slow to start with and, you know, you die a lot, things are hard and you don't understand the game mechanics. The potential is there. Especially when I unlock even more skills. And like, I have a full hero group that I'm happy with, stuff like that. And then I gotta change things for certain encounters. Like, that's gonna be sick. Kind of the video game that I've been missing in my life is a deck builder RPG. But then I think about my friends playing it and I'm like, I don't think they would like it that much. Because it's difficult. I got some friends who will play video games with me, but when the going gets tough, they get going, you know? That sort of thing. Like, I'm playing Windrose, haven't played it for a few weeks now. We got to the final boss of current game, and because we're playing on hard mode, it has an enrage. As soon as it hits 50%, more or less, it's enraged and it just one-shots you. One of my friends, well, my friend that I've been playing it with, was like, we should just turn the difficulty down and kill it, because it doesn't have that enrage on normal mode. Like, but that's boring. We got it down to like 5% one time, right? And I said, don't get greedy, because I'm used to people being greedy in Dark Souls and dying at the final hurdle. And that's exactly what happened. As soon as I said don't get greedy, man was getting greedy and he got one shot. I'm like, no. And then I ended up dying because I was laughing too much. At 5%. But it's good because that's the first boss in that game that's actually caused us trouble. The first two bosses, they were so easy. We two-shot them. We did one dry look at it to see the mechanics, and then we killed it, basically. It's like doing mythic raiding in WoW, you know? The first two bosses are free, and then the third one might have a few mechanics that you gotta learn. And then it's just about perfecting. But I was actually having a conversation about Dark Souls the other day with the guys I play Warhammer with. It seems like most of us are in agreement that Dark Souls and Elden Ring not that difficult. Just about like practice, right? But you also don't have to deal with a bunch of idiots. wiping you, like it's just personal. Like I've never had too much issue with Dark Souls. Even when I started Dark Souls franchise, I was like, yeah, this is not as bad as people make it out to be. My friend bought me Dark Souls free, so I would stream it so he could watch me rage. I don't think Dark Souls 3 made me angry one time. It's pretty hard to make me angry. And this is why he bought me Dark Souls 3, because he's like, this game should do it for sure. And it was just like, I was chilling the whole time, basically. I think the Nameless King was the only fight that got me close to being a little bit pissed, but that's just because his mechanics were ass. But I'm not someone who gets angry that easily, especially at video games. Like, there's no point being angry at a video. Unless this guy fears me for that bad. Then I would have got angry. He almost did, but I got dazed. Like, oh, okay. That exact thing was going to happen. Like I predicted it, you know. I'm going to get feared into this bait. Right. I don't like fighting up the cliffs. I'm gonna go down because I don't want to get through a mountain. One of the worst possible things that could happen is falling out of the world. The fact that it can happen 20 years later. Like, okay then. But yeah, I'm excited to at least see what Guild Wars 3 is all about. It's also set in the distant past from Guild Wars 1, so they could make up a bunch of shit. Or, speaking of or, where we're going, or they could make it, you know, bring the lore together a little bit better. Like in Guild Wars 1, I'm dealing with the Masat right now, which is like an ancient race of magical beings. There was one of them in Guild Wars 2. But we also learnt about them in Guild Wars 2. He wasn't actually a Masat, he was God. Pretending to be. But maybe in Guild Wars 3, they might have them roaming around, luring Tyria, being like, There's also the Forgotten in Guild Wars 1. I don't know if I came across any in Guild Wars 2, I can't remember. But apparently they ruled the world. Or the humans decided to, you know, kill them all. So maybe in Guild Wars 3 we see more about them or something. There's so many possibilities. Like, I like that. and never. Got a right side. There a heat in there. There is. I get the heat from out here. I have to go in there. Can be a difficult one to get the heat. Like I can get this right side easy. It's a bit back. Well, I don't like walking into the place. The game just randomly spawns. But I'm gonna have to for the heat. These guys are always so annoying to fight though. Why, you don't generally fight them. Damn, the whole damned hole in here. One. Fine. Should be. Just bandage, just to be sure. Like taking another frost shot would have taken me below 1,000 health. Frost shock isn't like a huge cooldown on a shaman, so I don't know if it's a huge cooldown on these. I'd rather not deal with it. Right, there's the dolt. But yeah, as someone who has enjoyed a lot of Guild Wars, I probably put in like 2,000 hours into 2 and put 50 hours into 1 now already. Definitely gonna get much higher in the future. I would say that Guild Wars players right now are eating good. It's quite funny because, like, a few weeks ago I was saying to a friend, we should go back and play Guild Wars 2. See if we can get like 5 people. So him, me, 3 other people get together, do like dungeons and all the 5-man content that the game has. And he was like, nah. Now he's interested. But I think we'll wait until Hall of the Monuments happens. Then we can just play through it while Hall of the Monuments is going in, and we can just go through the content as the new stages of halls are coming out, right? That'd be fun. Or at least the base game in the first 2 expansions. I don't know if I'll... Unless we actually go ahead and play it, I don't know if I'll worry about the other expansion. We'll see. But that's not happening until much later this year. But I think that game is one of the best games to play if you're like a casual MMO enjoyer. Like I said, you can just get to level 80, get your gear, get like your ascended jewelry and your exotic gear pieces, And then you're pretty good. Like, you can grind legendaries if you want to, but you don't have to. It's just something fun. Get a few extra stats out of it. Big deal, right? So you can pretty much raid if you want to, just as soon as you hit level 80. Like, you might not have the masteries that you need for certain things, but eventually, put in enough time, it will just happen. There's always been something I found pretty cool about that game. I just wish it had oceanic servers. That's the only issue I have with Guild Wars 2. Guild Wars 1, I don't have that issue. 200 MS doesn't really bother me because the game's fundamentally different. Like, you're not doing action combat in Guild Wars 1. Combat's pretty static at times. But in 2, you're like dodge rolling and doing all this other stuff, avoiding mechanics. It's sometimes pretty difficult at 200 MS. Like, I've died in that game even dodging perfectly because of the latency. Not as bad as it was in 2012 when the game first came out. The latency was much worse back then. Australia didn't have good internet. I haven't actually played it in New Zealand. Like, maybe it's even better because we have fibre here. Australia does now too, but it's just not as good. But it is pretty fun. So I'm definitely looking forward to hearing more about it. I think this week sometime they're gonna do like a Twitch stream and talk about stuff. Need 3 more slabs of carrion meat. Good thing we've got a lot of spawn right now. 3 more plague runners. Then we can move on from here. Thought I'd be like around 50% when we finish these quests. It does seem like we'll be close there. Maybe not quite 50%, but within 10 or so can. Damn, so many grubs. This is amazing. This is the most grubs I've ever seen. Tyrion put the grub farm together. Also got a new lease yesterday for the house that I'm at. Well, a contract for it at least. The rent has gone up $5, not yet. At the end of August. But $5 is actually completely fair in my opinion. For the amount of work that my landlord did over the last year, like she fixed the garage door, she put in heat pumps in the bedrooms, done some other little things. Compared to a lot of landlords, like that's so good. To only put up the rent $5. Because obviously a lot of landlords want to put up the rent so they can make some more money, but a lot of them also just get pressured into having to. I feel like she's one of those ladies that's like, I just have to, so I go and put up $5 only. It's like my sister, the reason she moved out of her house this year is because they were trying to put up her rent like $20. Like $20 extra a month right now is what it would be for me, and that's like, let's say you're moving house, right? So you hire out a truck for a day. It's gonna cost you like $300 or so, which, you know, if you're only paying $20 extra a month, you're not even gonna get to the $300 that you need to pay to move house anyway, so it's actually amazing. I was expecting more. I was expecting at least $10 extra, but 5 is good. Maybe the $10 extra might come next year, but we'll see. Gotta get 2 more Plague Hound runts before we go to the chapel. My potions did just fall off. Chapel. Not gonna get married in the Plague Lands, I can tell you that much. Hopefully there's 2 runts over here now. Get them done before we skedaddle down the road. Skedaddle's such like a boomer word now, I feel. No one uses that anymore. Should bring it back. Let's bring back skedaddle. I mean, it's funny because, you know, the kids say skibbity, but skedaddle is basically skibbity of our time, but it actually meant something. Like it means move, right? Move your ass. Skibbity just is something that a man said in a song one time, and then it was taken by the person who made Skibbity Toilet. I do find that so funny that it's like hidden lore with the word Skibbity. Is this guy made a song many years ago now and said Skibbity bomb bomb bomb. He was the creator. It's just that most people don't know that. It didn't just come out of nowhere. Well, I guess it did at that point, but like Skibbity Toilet did not create that word. But the guy who created Skibbity Toilet is he's probably a millionaire at this point, huh? I think the reason that shit took off, because there's literally shit, dudes toilets, is because people were just curious as to what the hell is going on? Because that's what happened with me when I watched some of it. I was like, why is this such like a thing in society? Like, why are people... What's going on here? There's actually... like, the lore is stupid, but it's actually not that bad. Like, the storytelling, like, it's actually cohesive enough, you understand it. There's emotion, it's weird. But it is also unhinged and deranged at times. Plague bloom over. I don't want to fight bats. I guess we can get the plague hound runt on the way back if we need to, after we kill the other dogs. Don't need to have it done right now. We're not going to eat in the quick after the other ones. Out there, the outcast shouldn't be too bad on the rogue, from what I remember. Gotta make it to Light's Hope Chapel without falling foul to any horrors. Kinda need to go toilet. Good thing Light's Hope Chapel isn't in. I'm feeling a piss. I'm not gonna deal with the plague hounds just yet because I have potions on and but of course there are just plague hounds. Usually it's a lot of bats and plague hounds. Maybe I should deal with them. But I'm sure they'll still be there when we come back, in some regard. The one time where I'm just running through and not dealing with the plague hounds is when there's plague hounds. Classic. It was pretty funny. Damn, I got 2 hours into the stream before I yawned today. Then.
Safe travels. Good day to you. See you around.
Still got 20 quail. Like an extra stack. I don't know if I can buy it here. Problem.
Need help? Or the Alliance? Go with honor, friend. Be
What
careful.
can I do for you? See you around.
Hoist a hand in.
Hey there. See you later.
Welcome.
Good stuff. He's asking a lot I can't do. Gotta log out and go toilet. Log out outside because I don't like if something random happen that might get me killed in there. You never know. I'll be back in a few minutes. Alright. Successfully emptied the bladder. I need to check something real fast. Okay. Give me 1 moment. Make sure everything is good there. That's fine. Funny though. I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. I got something I'm doing on the 7th of July. And then something's happening on the 10th of July, which fix that. Not anything to do with school, but it is a funny situation. All right. Yeah, I gotta go pick up those items for the quest. I should have actually done that while I was having a piss, but I forgot. But that's okay. Ugh. And I'm full. 0 friends online. What a dead game. Is there any... It's just in game, maybe Battle.net. Literally 0 people playing World of Warcraft. My friends list. Crazy looking through it, actually. I got a guy that's been offline for 9 years. Some that have been offline for a few years, but 9 years? It's the longest one. Funny that the people that I have had on there that are friends from Vanilla WoW are probably some of the most active. We got that 20-year freaking can't stop playing this game addiction, you know? That guy that hasn't been on for 9 years was a pretty good friend as well. Like, we used to do arena together. Pretty much every day. But then he started hanging out with non-WoW players and having a life. Which, good for him. But he couldn't hang out with the boys anymore, you know? So bad for the boys. I'm always happy when one of my friends goes out and actually gets a life. It's someone who on and off sometimes does that. Like, I haven't committed to it ever. Like, I always come back and play video games with the boys, but like, whenever one of my friends, you know, decides that, alright, that's enough video game and I'm gonna go get a life, and then you don't see them ever again, like, I'm happy for them, but at the same time it's kind of sad because you don't have your friend anymore. It's conflicting, isn't it? I mean, like, I'm gonna be going back to school and changing my career into something that will probably have me away from gaming for a little bit here and there. Like, Especially doing nursing. Like, I could be working, you know, 12 hours every day. And it might be very busy, so I might have to keep doing that for like a few weeks. Now I won't have time to hang out with the boys, but I don't think I will ever be in a situation where I don't feel like hanging out with them every now and then. Because I think without some of my friends that I have these days, my life would be a lot worse than what it is. You know, we went through some hard times together. We've stood at each other's backs when we needed to. So it's quite hard for me to think of a situation where I would just walk away from friend groups that I have completely. Like, I may not talk to people for a long time, but I'm always someone who is reachable. Even if I don't talk to someone for years. That can end just by talking to me. I never like hold a grudge or anything like that. The only people that I won't talk to are people that I won't talk to for a reason. Like, you know, and usually that reason is hashed out before we stop talking. Like, if I just stop talking to someone for no reason, it's probably just because there's so much other shit happening in life. And I just forget. I think that's how most men are, though. Like, you know, the friend that I ran into when I was walking out of town last year. It was almost 20 years since we had last talked to each other, but, you know, it's very easy to just catch up when you do actually see each other.
Here there.
Don't know where we're keeping the lava acids. Keep it here. No need to make potions just yet. Got so many bags. We can make some more bandages. Buy my candy. I don't think I will.
Up with it.
Off with ya. I'd like 20 more roasted quail.
I've the finest wares in the land. Watch your back.
Bottom. Do 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 do. That was one of the coolest things when Hearthstone came out, was the end music all the time, you know, you just playing Hearthstone and it's like you're sitting in the inn and you just going at it, like, that was sick. I liked Hearthstone, it's very chill. I mean, I would still probably like Hearthstone just as much as I did when I was playing it. It's just there's so many other video games right now that I would rather be playing. How many of these do I need? 7. 21. I can math. sometimes. I'm a lot better at math now than I was when I was in school, because I feel like I've said this before, but they didn't teach me maths correctly. Like, there was definitely something that I was meant to learn at some point that they just forgot about. But then the internet taught me how to do maths, so hey, we take those. Make sure you have everything. Good.
How are you?
Now we can go back to EPL.
See you soon.
Do the rest of Demon Dogs. Maybe do the Defenders of Darazai. See. While we're getting the Plague Pondi done. And when we go see Turian, the hand in Demon Dogs, I might do Zelda. I don't think it's that bad. You can also get the quest to come up here eventually and do that. We can do that on the rogue. That can be part of the 58 to 60 video. It's always a fun one. Wonder if we'll be playing any Warhammer tonight. Don't think Tommy's streaming. Maybe he will later though. He's going to the gym and all that stuff. He streamed a lot yesterday, I believe. I didn't really watch because I was playing Guild Wars. But I think most of us are having a break from playing Warhammer because we know that we're going to be playing a lot of Warhammer soon, because there's a double crest event happening in days. There's Twitch drops happening in, I think, 4 days. There's a event where you create a ring, which is the best in slot ring in like 4 days as well, so we're going to be playing a lot of Warhammer Online soon. So I think most of us are just taking it chill for a moment. And then we'll blast it. I don't know if I'll stream too much Warhammer Online when that's happening. We'll see. But I might do a stream here and there like I did when the double Renown and Crest event was happening. I'm not going to worry about having the Twitch drops though. That's one reason why I might not stream, is because I don't have Twitch drops and I don't really care to sign up for them. Because I'm not really streaming any longer after. You know, it's like whatever. So we'll see. Like, people will be watching people during that event a lot because of the Twitch drops, and I'll just, if I stream it, there's not really going to be much reason to watch me, so I don't want to confuse people, you know? So we'll see. Lurge. Brings us back. It wasn't that long ago that we were in Forellis, but man, it does feel like it was a long time ago. That big ugly tree. It's stuff like that that makes you remember how old World of Warcraft is. No, we don't have buff anymore. That sucks. After playing Guild Wars and dying 57 times in the last week, man, playing hardcore WoW is just such a different vibe. Like, I've actually got to remember that I'm playing hardcore. Like, right. Can't just run around and die randomly, like. Why's that plague hound in the pit? That's crazy. I never knew they went in the pit. Why he in the pit for? Okay. Poison up. And then we shall get on our way. That guy. Big ol' rogue right there. I saw an event happen here last time we were here on Friend, and I had never seen it before. It was pretty interesting. Like, there were some donkeys and one of the guards, and the donkeys died, and then the guard was like, oh, he was just a poor wee donkey. It's quite interesting. Never had seen that before. Thought that level 60 rogue was gonna escort. He doesn't even know where I'm going. He can't escort me. Plague hounds here. I'll just take him out. Take out the Hunden while we can. Nice crits against this one. Like, we didn't even... I didn't even feel a need to keep using Sinister Stroke. Doing so much damage. Crank this dog so it... Kill both though. Or neither. That could be a possibility, we just don't. We don't need to. Like, I'm sure we can get more plague hounds soon enough. Alright, we're gonna go into the scary part of Eastern Plaguelands. You need to be very careful. I'm not gonna fight these frenzied. We will do the frenzied, but we will do them past this. This corridor is always so scary to come into on hardcore though because of the Scarlet Furia. And then potential barrel gore. He is right there actually. That person just came out of there and barrel gore's like right behind them. That's crazy. Problem with the frenzied plague hounds is they are level 58. I am level 56 and a rogue. Doable, yeah, but just potentially annoying. Got 57-1 over there though. Much better. But I think the main goal up here is to get the frenzies done, hand in this quest, and the termites. Don't know if we'll worry about the ghoul quest just yet, but the termites we can definitely. That's a very helpful quest to get done for future quests. Oh. 700 XP is also nothing to sniff at, is it? Mind that at all. I think we can take both of these. Maybe like even without an evasion, but might as well use it. We are a rogue after all. We got things.
Hello. I am listening. What brings you here? Hello.
I don't think we need to pick this quest, right? We did it on Friend and actually need to pick anymore. Throw that away. Might go to the other side of the road and do that level 58 frenzy dog. Potentially we could do them on the way back as well. But I know he's there, so I kind of want to get him. We can get the free done, that'd be perfect. We're an extra sinister against the 58. We might need the extra seconds of slicing. Parry. Why 58 is a bit scary because you know, you just least chance to hit, more chance to miss. Parries, dodges, all that stuff. We got it done. I'm also more worried about their enrage than like the 57. Because of that. I'm thinking we get this quest done, hand it in Turian, do Zelda while we're down there, go back to Light's Hope Chapel, and then hand in all the stuff, and that'll probably be it. Quest wise for the day. I think. That'll bring us maybe not to 3 PM, but like I doubt we're gonna have much time to, you know, make good progress. French thing. Lead. They're kind of funny about blood on Twitch. Don't think I'm bleeding, but yeah. Bodily fluids, you know. They made a rule that I think is basically just for people doing weird shit. But it also affects just regular, like, bleeding. Oh, good. The more ghouls we can kill here, the better. Because we all need them for the Defenders of Darrowshire eventually. Darrowshire is probably a quest chain that I will probably never actually finish on hardcore. I've never once done the Ziggurat Protector quest, so I don't even know like what it entails completely. I love fighting these guys because it's so easy. Like, those mobs there, the Curse Mages, are so free on a melee. They take so much damage. Boys. boys ready to next Ramus, which I'm not surprised by because we saw the rogue and the priest run by before. Soldier. Well, we're over halfway. Good. I knew we would be over halfway to 57 today at some point. Time's going quite quickly though, like it's already 2 PM. I did start a bit late today. To be fair, I woke up, like I set my alarm 10 minutes later than I normally would, so I already knew I was going to be starting. Any more termites down here? Probably the most people I've ever seen on the hardcore server outside of, you know, a city or the starter areas. Where are all the termites today? Feel like someone might have already been here collecting termites, but they are very few and far between. One here. Behind this fat fella. Stitch horror fat fella. I always found it interesting that you can't disarm these guys, considering they're using 2 weapons. You should be able to disarm one of them, you know? 69. No. I wonder how many extra termites we'll end up with today. Usually it's like 2 or 3. Just for fun. Just go down here. I think the plan is get this done. Not going to worry about that stuff just yet. We don't want to go over there, you know. Maybe a bit later. And then travel back down here, do the plague hounds. Got a few ghouls around. It's good. Maybe if I get to like 10 Darashire spirits, I might just stay here until it's done, but I don't know if that will happen. A lot of ghouls. So we're not getting too bad on the goal. Another one in the distance. And it will open up some more quests. Those quests that it opens up, we might just wait to do until 58. Like that might be part of the 58, 60 route. In to go, huh? Definitely gonna give us 2 or 3 extra. I actually enjoy coming to Eastern Plague Lanes. There are a lot of people who play hardcore and they, you know, when they see new players, they're like, don't go to the Plague Lanes. There's nothing wrong with the Plague Lanes. Kind of funny after playing Guild Wars 1 though, because a lot of the areas in Guild Wars 1 are very desolate, because that's just how games were back then. Plague Lanes and stuff like Blasted Lanes basically give me similar vibes. Much you got for us? 17. I never delete the extra ones because I never know if I can do it without losing the ones that I need. So I always just keep the extras for a moment. Not gonna worry about the ghouls just yet. We'll worry about that some other time. Head back down to Tyrion. Hopefully kill the plague hounds that we need along the way. Another ghoul. Love getting energy back when I use the finisher, it's such a good thing. Procs way more than I thought it would. Very good. Little outpost is a graveyard, but obviously on hardcore it's not really utilized. Like if you die, sure you get ported to that graveyard, but other than that, there's not much you can do with it. I've definitely run from that graveyard many a time in my WoW career though. Not like a foreign graveyard to me. Just one that I hope I never have to end up in hardcore. See all these dead bats, but I don't see anyone. Kind of interesting. See a warpath, but just the bats. The Forgotten Memories quest that you get after this stuff is definitely a quest that we'll be doing for the video as well. We're going to have a lot of good quests to go from 58 to 60. I think it's just going to be hard quest after hard quest, honestly. It's going to be fun. I want it to be like sort of similar vibe to Ugro's final video. Travel around, we do all the difficult stuff. We hopefully live. And then we hit level 60. Be good fun. Yeah, that energy return on Slice and Dice just feels like it procs every time. Like maybe 8 times out of 10 we get the energy back. So good. Okay, now I have to make a choice. Do I come this way? Do I go around? I think I just want to go this way. I just gotta watch out for Duskwing and Grouse might be over here. We got Vanish and all that good stuff. And we just gotta kill one more runt on them. We're all good. Get up here, fam. Doesn't look like. Gonna have to go this way. Way too many mobs up. We're taking the dangerous route. Because why not? That play over the wall kind of scared me. Didn't expect to see the wings. Then they popped up. Got a run, but I just want to get clear of the danger zone. Before we commit. Alright, should be safe now. Just a little bit of danger and excitement. Front here. That time it didn't prop. But I mean, it's only a 20% rate. It honestly seems like, you know, a 70% rate at least. We could do Of Forgotten Memories at the same time as Zelda's Head, but I don't think I want to do Of Forgotten Memories today. Like, I don't really feel it right now. Kinda gotta be in the mood to do that quest, you know. No matter what, you're still fighting a bunch of mobs. Even though in this quest, even though I say this quest is one of the easier ones, there can still be things that go wrong. He can do it. I believe in him. As a rogue, I know what rogues are capable of, so I know he can get it done. Plus, he's got fiery on his weapons. It's just a little bit scary because I am here. He is also in a group. I feel like he might also be with someone else. I'm not 100%. Okay, now this is where this voice gets interesting. The hammer quest is crazy though. I think last time I did this, I actually just ran in and got everything. I was like, fuck it, dude. I don't know if I want to do that this time, eh? Right. Take it easy. Take it easy. And now we can kill the big guy and the little guy together. Blow all the cooldowns, blow them up. Fun, exciting. Then loot the chest and get a crow blade. That's the hope, at least. Use evasion, even though I probably don't need it. Rogue pallet. What's in the box? Probably. Start this quest. Don't know if he's done it yet, but doesn't look like it. He's just waiting. To be fair, we do have... If I go and hand this in, we are up to that quest, but like I said, I want to have it in the video, you know. Talon's Hammer is fun to do solo. So it's one of those times where you gotta... Like, I don't have the quest yet. It's not like I lied. I just didn't tell the whole truth. You know, I didn't say, I could if I go hand this in. But he's a rogue. I've soloed that on a rogue. Or someone that is enchanted and potted up can also solo it. It wasn't even that bad. Like, you sat one, that's what I did anyway. I sat one and then I just blew the other ones up. You probably don't even need to set one. You can probably just cheap shot the dude, blow them up, and then vanish. I did end up killing them though, from what I remember. I think I killed all of them. Because why not? But it will definitely be a quest that we keep until video. Tell me your tale, Terry. See, now we have it. But he doesn't know that unless he rides past me and he's like, what the hell? Now, I think I'm just gonna go to Western Plaguelands and fly back here because I don't really want to, you know. Run back through here. I've already run through it a few times today. Look, we've basically explored all of the map. The only areas we haven't been in is like the armpits. Kind of funny to see him again. Go back to Chillwind. And then we'll probably fly down to South Shore and call it for the day. Come back here next stream though. We'll definitely be in the Plaguelands again. Do end the hole and all that stuff. Hit 57. I don't know how 57 to 58 is looking just yet quest wise though. Because obviously I don't want to spend any of the like fun hard quests. So we might need to do a little bit of grinding to get to 58 just to make sure that we have all the quests that I want to do in the video. I want Questy to just be like High Chief Windfall, Death Clasp, all that stuff, basically. Then we just gotta make it make it to the clasp of death. Hopefully defeat him. Pawn captures queen, also a pretty good one. That we will definitely do. There's a lot to look forward to, quest-wise, on this character. I think the only reason I feel confident in myself to be able to do it is because I already have a rogue at 60 anyway. Like, if this one dies, it would be a shocking display. But I've already done it, right?
Greetings.
It's the
Go with honor,
termites.
friend. Light bless you. For the Alliance.
Sorry.
Go with honor, friend.
Sorry, I yawn.
I supply only the finest goods.
Might as well
Go
pick
with
up
honor,
these
friend.
quests while we're
Go
here.
with honor, friend.
Pretty much what we're going to be doing next stream anyway.
Have a good one.
Fly back out to EPL.
My, you're a
Hand
tall
in the sky's head.
You have a great day now.
And then go to an inn. The next stream, maybe start here and then do, doesn't really matter from there, but probably a Plague Upon Thee and Scarlet stuff. We could save Unfinished Business Part 2 for the 5860 stuff as well. Pretty hard one. They're all along the watchtowers, Chromie's quest. Do we do Chromie's quest or do we save that as well? Because a matter of time is quite difficult. But from all along the watchtowers, we also get the quest to kill skeletons. And do the last cauldron. Oh, we have down here these quests. We haven't done the druids. Obviously got the harder Yetis. Haven't done the Flames of Protection yet. We do want to do that, but the reason I haven't done it is because I want to do it when I do the escort, hopefully. I think that would be really fun. It'd be interesting to see, like, it's like what we need to do to get to 58 though. But I'd say we're hitting 57 tomorrow, if I stream tomorrow that is, and then
What can I do for
working on
you? Have a good
the
one. See you later. Have a good one.
what's you call
See
it.
you later. See you around.
This quest
there.
outside of Strefel.
Safe travels.
Yes. Well, we might as well have it. It's doable. Definitely done it before.
What can I do for you?
Okay. I guess we'll fly to Hillsbrad. I think the flight to Western from Hillsbrad is quicker. Maybe, I don't know. It might not be. 57k away from 57. That's convenient. But we will leave that until next stream. Going pretty well. I'd say 57 should happen pretty quickly next stream though. Why is my thing so big? Has it always been that big? I don't remember it being that big. It's fucking massive. Look at him. It's like a spaceship. Even on the world map, why is it so big? Usually not that big, guys. That's huge. Taking up the whole thing in lake. We ask Dolomine. See, this is how small it usually is. I don't know why it's so big. That's what she said. Yeah, I'm a bit tired now, as you can see. I got woken up by my phone going off, but I couldn't wake up fast enough to answer it. And then, you know, you try to go sleep after that and you're just awake for 2 hours. Terrible. Ah, South Shore. The days when you used to just run between these two towns fighting for 12 hours. The back and forward. Good. One thing that Guild Wars 1 actually does is it tells you how long you've been playing. So every hour it's like, you haven't been playing for 3 hours. Please take a break. Stuff like that. And I'm like, man, if World of Warcraft did that back in like 2005, people would have been getting that message just in one Alterac Valley. Like, you have been in the same Alterac Valley for 10 hours. Please take a break. It would have been funny. WoW was so like addictive and stuff back then. But anyways, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you for joining me. I hope you have a great night or day depending on where you are in the world, everybody. And I will try to be back tomorrow to get a level. I think if I had another hour, we would probably be 57, but yeah. Not that I want to open anyway. Because I'll just yawn it. But yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you next. Hopefully it's tomorrow, so we can keep pushing on. We can get Lena to like into a position where we're going to be blasting for like 2 straight days. It's gonna be intense. I want it to happen like Friday, Monday, preferably. Thursday, Friday might be a bit too much. Bit too much adrenaline in action, you know? But yeah, I'll see you guys when I see you. Have a good one.